What's up, YouTube? It's William. Alright, man, we're back up here to do the string video. This is pretty much for educational, to help me learn, man. I mean, this is not to challenge nobody to like their business or anything like that. This is simply 100% to help me to learn. I'm still dealing with like an eighth of a turn maybe sometimes, and then like the last one I done, Butch told me to start from this post right here, wrap around, and then take off that way and make sure I end on this one. I was taking off on this one and starting, and he said I probably have one too many strands on one side. Alright, so I'm trying to figure this out for my own, and I thought it might be educational for everybody else that's trying to learn also. Maybe we could share it in the comments, you know, help each other out. I got this Huya Bob here. It's meant for laying up. It's sort of like Baker's. I just, you know, I like tinkering, man. It ain't that I'm trying to challenge Butch or copyrights or any of that crap. I just like tinkering, man. I got two of them. As you see, I got two different ones right there. This is Vec 99 Bloodline material. It's kind of a little dirty, but it's from me pulling it on and off of here. It seems like it's really smooth. So what we're going to do, anyway, we're going to lock this down and go ahead and lay this up. I got a little tension and jig on the end of here. I mean, a lot of this stuff I tinkered with and played around with, and some of it, you know, it resembles Butch's, but really, man, it's nowhere near as good as Butch Baker's. So we're going to set this up. It's a 10-inch wide post. The string's supposed to be 61 3/4/5. So we're going to set it up at 51 5/8 and 42 twist. Comes out perfect, even with the stretch capacity. Which that Vec 99 and Bloodline, or not and Bloodline, 452 and Vec 99. I don't know about the regular Bloodline material, how it does. I always triple check everything. I don't know about the regular, like I was saying. This is natural material, but this is just a test string to see if I can figure out this peak twist and share this stuff. If I wasn't dyslexic, I'd tell you, share this stuff to kind of get some other people's thoughts. Alright, we're just going to lay up 12 strands. So, and 12. So this is where I feel like it could get iffy right here. If you're not real careful, I feel like you could lose pressure right here, and it could really get away from you. Alright, so we got her laid up right there. Maybe 1.5 to 2 pounds on there. I always double check my strand count just to make for certain. Afraid of. Alright, so I moved you guys down here closer. We're going to put a little bit of tension on my spring head down here. I'll pick you up in a second and show you guys this. I'm going to loosen this here. And this is my, like, every time type of protocol. I put a few turns on it. It's got a big spring down here and a thread rod that goes through it. But I try not to put too much on it. And I try to keep track as far as like my tag ends and make sure it's not pulling on my tag ends. And see, this one here kind of feels tighter, and I think what it is because when you wrap it around your rubber pin right here and you pull down to get it to go down in there, I should just wrap it around on itself. Anyway, now I put a little bit of pressure on my 4-post, so the strings actually got some pretty good tension on it, so I can do my ends. I'm using the bear paw I think that's BCY. I can't remember. Anyway, I've done a modification on it. Put a screw right there with a piece of wire. So if it does try to pop out of this little bitty hole and just let the jig flop around everywhere, it can't. It can't get past that wire. On that, I know a lot of guys don't like doing this, using Sharpie on it. But I take my little handy dandy tape measure with Mr. Baker's old Huey on there, his hook. And with this post being 10 inches, I would mark 4, 5, and I do like 6 1/8. So therefore my tags, or my end loops, should I say, offset each other. This thing, I mean, it's maybe 1-2 pounds. It's very light. And from there, I take this one and I go over the top clockwise and go this way. But on this one, I don't know if this would mess me up, right? So I go over the top this way, clockwise, going that way. And this one, I start from this side and I go over the top clockwise, coming back toward me. So I don't know if that'll mess me up or not. I feel like it wouldn't. As long as you don't let a bunch of twists get in these here, I feel like that shouldn't mess you up. But that's why I'm doing this video. I'm trying to learn. So you just take this, hold on to your end, your tag, lay it 3 or 4 or 5 wraps over the tag, pull it a little tight, work it up to your mark. And I try to hold on to the tag and then reach in here, which you're probably not going to be able to see that great, and get it started. But once again, man, that feels like super loose to me. Feels like to me that jig just wants to flop around. Let me bring you guys down here and show you. Alright. So as you see, I got this. Let me find it. Where's that? Okay. We got this little tag right here. This tag in. Alright. And I lay it down. And then I put 4 or 5 circles over it. Pull it all tight. I hook this out to the side. And then take my jig and round, go around in circles. Let me set you right here. Get you guys to be able to see this. Let me get this. Oh, see, that's too tight, because then your jig flops back toward you, and you definitely can tell that it's too tight. Let me spin this. Alright, take your tag, snip it off, and then come in here underneath. See, it's trying to pull that string all the way around the rotation. So that's still pretty tight right there. This bear claw ain't near as good as no biter winder jig. And then I pretty much just work it all. And this one, it kind of gets caught up. If I was to recommend any jig for anybody, as far as a serving jig, I'm sorry to say it would not be this one. It's nice to get it into like little tight areas, but and usually I would stand with my back towards you, but I'm trying to let you see this, how you work it over here, or how I would do it. So if this is a problem, that I can be educated on. Just pull that out so far, make a loop. I flipped a jig on the skinny side like this, hold that loop out, and then just work this in there, going the same way you was going originally, but come back toward the string to wrap it around your pin over here out of your way. And then as you're laying this up, I think a lot of people know this, but as you're laying this up, you're putting serving on this side, taking serving off of this side to put it over here. I try to keep this fairly snug just because you're doing it by hand, and feel like your hand ain't gonna keep as good of tension as a serving jig. Hold that. I'd usually have my pick so your finger wouldn't get caught in here, and just pull that like that, and I just pull on the string and try not to cut the heck out of myself. Like that. Snip her off, and we'll go to the other end and continue 4-post part at the same time. And really, honestly, that would be enough right there. So anyway, like I was saying, I served that way clockwise. I serve this way coming back clockwise. So I go over the top, and I don't know if that's hurting me, if I should go from here to over here or go from here to here. So these are the parts that I'm trying to learn, man. And I ain't trying to keep wasting all this money and stuff, as I do work hard for the income I make and my children, you know. Slide that to your mark. Like that. Pull tight on everything. Wheel him up there and take off. One thing I have noticed about this bloodline is the that resin is sometimes it's a little slick to get your serving started, and if you don't just like that, you seen how that jig floated around there and it didn't actually come out of there. Any other time it'd flop everywhere. And you just keep going with this, man, until you get to the end, and then we can probably go ahead and cut this off. I'll get you guys right back on here. We'll start back up in a second, just to show you what I look for if I feel like it's going to be a bad string. Like, I look for loose ends. Like, say when I release all this, if the top all stays together, but you got a sagging string. I'll get you. Then we're going to release this. Oh, about forgot to cut those tags off. We'll just take these, unwind them from back here in the back. And a lot of guys will take this, separate the string, and then do a half hitch in between the string and pull them up against the serving. I really don't. I guess maybe once I get it right, I'll play with it. I don't know. I don't feel like it needs it. I guess because that end loop being served like that, it's under, you know. And then once you get it served completely shut, I feel like it really can't come loose. So go there, snip the tags off, and then I take my big Allen key, break this guy loose, and release it. It's on a little crank handle back here with a big spring. Once again, man, it's something like Mr. Baker's, but it ain't near as good. Nowhere in hell. So what I look for is this right here. As you see, all those strands are kind of laying equal to one another. There's this side. Let me put my hand up. There's that side. And that side. So anyway, that's that part. I'll start another one here in a little bit on what it is to twist it up and which way I serve and all that good stuff. God bless y'all, man. Like, subscribe, all that good stuff. Help me out. Tell me what I'm doing wrong. Tell me if the video sucks. I love y'all, man. God bless you. See ya.